high-end hard pod.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's just get right into it. Where does the sky start?
Whoa.
Wow. Let's go!
Yeah, anyway, so we're the TriHards.
Depends who you ask.
Depends where you're standing.
Yeah. If you're standing even.
Shit. It depends if you go to a flat earth convention.
Is anything
not.
above your head sky?
Maybe.
No, but there's still sky if you're high enough. If you're high enough up, there's sky below you as well, though.
But like, if you kick a soccer ball really high, you're not scratching the atmosphere, but it's still in the sky. It's in the sky.
Well,
It's all atmosphere.
What about like a foggy day? Is the sky just on the ground?
There is no sky.
There is no sky. Or does
Holy
the sky become
doodle.
everything? Or is the sky always everything?
This guy.
I'm regretting the question a little bit.
Yeah,
at this
same
point.
here.
This is what happens when you ask open-ended questions to somebody who
It's
thinks
deep.
too much.
It's deep.
Okay, how about let's just something a little easier. Where does the ground start?
I have a similar question. When you do a push-up, are you pushing yourself up or are you pushing the earth down?
Entirely depends how jacked you are.
True.
On a scale of 1 to Bork.
On a scale of 1 to...
Bork being Brock Lesnar, who may or may not get a name drop in one of the TriHards apps, which is part of the reason why we're here, doing a tripod, but we don't have to talk about it.
It's true.
It's true.
The people already know.
Brock Lesnar comes and delivers an F5 to Powys, which is Brock Lesnar's finishing move.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
I've got an F5 story.
Oh, God.
Before we hit it, should we say names?
Oh yeah, I'm Ryan.
I'm Jaaron.
My name's Powys.
Nice.
Welcome to Tripod with this story.
There's not a lot of things we have to remember for the pod.
It's true,
we
bro.
consistently forget that one.
There's no
I'm sure
doubt.
people know who we are. It says it in the description.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah, read
I
the
want my
description.
thing right here. I want it right here. No, I want it right here, my name bar. People that listen are like, what is he on about? Okay, quick F5 story. So, when I was younger, I was a big fan of pro wrestling, which
Is
for
that true?
old listeners, you might not know, it's everything.
For old listeners,
Life is pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Young listeners,
Nah, they don't know.
They don't understand.
our
So-
second generation of listeners.
As, yeah, I'll just get right into it. Basically, I had a ski suit back in the day that I stuffed with clothes
Okay.
that I was able to perform wrestling maneuvers on.
I thought it was
like a
going
dummy?
somewhere else.
Like a dummy.
Okay.
So I'd be like, okay, I want to do this because I was my big brother's dummy. So I wanted a dummy too.
Right.
So I made mine out of clothing. And back when I was a bit younger, I had this kind of something of a signature yellow big puffy jacket. Think North Face, but straight up yellow, like, man.
Copy.
Straight yellow,
Big
like
yellow
fucking pencil,
Big
like
yellow jacket.
like vibrant though, like
Okay.
paint yellow.
Okay.
And yeah, I wore it all the time. It was super warm, and one time it was dark out. My brother and I were playing with the dummy outside, and we were like, "Oh snap, let's get mom."
Oh.
So we threw my jacket on the dummy, and my brother Matic loaded it up for an F5, and we were like, "Mom, come watch this!" And my brother had the dummy on his shoulders and just launched it in full F5 onto the cement. Bounce. My mom saw, no! And rushed over, and then I came up from behind a tree. My brother and I hunched over laughing. She was like, "Oh God, you boys!" Like between like laughter and rage. Oh my God, dude, it was too good. Pranks, man.
Pranks.
Practical jokes.
Yeah.
They're very welcome.
I mean, no need to spoil our second prank channel that we haven't launched.
True.
So, I mean, the listeners, they know what's coming.
Where we go around and we act like shitheads.
Right.
Yeah.
But we get away with it because we say, it's a prank, bro.
Yeah.
It's a prank, bro. We scratch people's cars with our keys. It's a fucking prank, bro.
Well, it is a prank.
It's a prank, so why are you laughing?
Shout out to Savage Sean.
It's a prank.
You guys ever dabble in that, dude?
No.
Oh man, I'm like, these must be real at this point. I mean, at the end of the day, like if someone's getting a full whipped cream pie in their face,
Right.
Pranks are pro wrestling.
at least
Pro wrestling is full of pranks.
Whoa.
quadruple true. But yeah, man, freaking Savage Sean. Like I would always want to do one of those, but I know I would go overboard. And
Do a prank? Like big prank on people?
I mean, I already have in the past. Freaking, I don't know if you remember one party in grade 12 where Powys faked a seizure.
No?
Such a tasteful prank.
It was supposed to be isolated, so Lisa and I were in our peak scare tactics phase, and we were like, yo, we got to scare some people. And the first person we got was Casey Albers, and shouts to Casey, by the way, pod watcher. The first person we got was Keiki, and basically it was this big elaborate thing where I acquired her phone so she wouldn't call 911. Like, we thought it out very deeply and thoroughly. And then I would get some Alka-Seltzer and empty it into my mouth, and I would foam very thick, frothy foam for someone that doesn't know that, seizures don't make you puke shaving cream. But, like, when you're young and you're at a party and, it's nighttime, these things, you become vulnerable to such half-truths. So then we get outside and I'm like, I want medication for my tonsillitis. Like, they said don't take it, but, like, I'm taking it anyway. And I'm like, I don't care, I'm taking it. And Casey's like, dude, you shouldn't take it, I don't know. I'm like, I'm taking it. Throw the Alka-Seltzer back and then, like... Zorb, park at Evelyn's house. Zorb, like full cream. She's like, oh my god, run. She runs inside to get her phone. We're like, Casey, no. It's just a joke. She was like, oh my gosh, you guys are so mean. Lisa and I think Lauren was in on it too. We were just dapping up and out. And then we're like, yo, Casey, you're on the next one. We're going to get Melissa Raby next. Check it. So then we get Melissa's phone, whatever, and then we spill out to the front lawn. And it was supposed to be isolated so that, like, nobody was going to call the police or whatever. And then everyone else started, like, peeling out of the party when we were already halfway through the bit, when I had already dumped the Alka-Seltzer. Like, all these people started pouring out, like, yo, what's going on here? And I was like, oh, snap. Break down, start having my siege jetty again. At this point, there's like so many people crowding around me, like, oh my god, he's having a siege. Someone was like, chill, give him space. I think it was Tron Bouchard, shout out to Tron. He was like, yo, give him space. And I was laughing so hard because it was going so well, and Lauren was tending to me, but like, she had her hands like hidden like this because she was just laughing her ass off next to me. I was holding my laughter as long as I could, and then finally had to explode laughing and just went like, and freaking broke into laughter. We were laughing for like at least 45 seconds before everybody else was like, that was not real. And we were like, no, dude, it was just a joke. They're like, great. Sick, man. Just awesome. So that's why I couldn't have
pranky, dude.
I couldn't have a prank channel because it would be a lot of... I go over the edge sometimes. I try my hardest.
I mean, I just couldn't participate.
On the grounds of?
On principle.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's not a good law of attraction.
Okay, only qualm I have with your story here, dude, you're throwing out shout-outs like it's nothing, dude. We gotta start monetizing that shit. I'm telling $5 per shout-out.
This is true.
And then we crank it up in like 20 episodes.
Like a cameo of sorts.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. Ad space, shout-outs.
Yeah. But I think there's like the 1, 2, 3 of one, we give the free love, and then the free love leads to a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's like a drug dealer, right?
Get him hooked on those fucking shoutouts, bro.
So yo, check out Corbicula
Pod can make so much money if we just started dealing drugs.
It's gonna, bro.
From the pod.
Skittles? Or hard stuff.
I mean, Skittles is as hard as it fucking gets.
True.
Shit's accessible. Shit's legal.
True.
Literally. Socially acceptable.
It's not.
Taste the
It's not
rainbow.
soft. It's not soft. Taste the rainbow.
Dude in the bathroom just mainlining Skittle juice. Taste some fucking rainbow.
Juice. Shout outs to Corbicula Pollen. Wow, delicious pollen. Check them out on Instagram. Yo, this shit is delicious, man. I got a 60-liter jug in my under pantry. It's winter now, so it doesn't really stay like too scoopable, but that's the real stuff. Unpasteurized, dog. The stuff's local. Helps my allergies a ton. Anyway, what were you saying before? Just before I said that.
Saying we're supposed to make money off shout-outs.
Oh yeah, whoops. In time. Oh, Skittle juice. I remember one time at Army Navy once, I was like, yo, I'm buying some Skittles, I'm buying some candy, I don't care. And I was like, you know what, I just huff these back all the time. I'm gonna nurse my Skittles, man. Wow. Like, let's go. Enjoy them. Yeah. So instead of just and getting a cavity overnight, I decided I'm gonna put one in my top lip.
Like dip?
Like dip. Just
Pack a lip of Skittles.
Skittle Dip, son.
I hope we have no dentists listening to this show.
Honestly,
they
bro.
just fucking.
Honestly.
And we don't now. They just shut it
No,
off.
no.
9 out of 10 dentists are fucking cringing right now.
Yeah, 100%. So I had my Skitty Dip up here, and then I was like, 5 or 10 minutes in, the coating wanes, and then it just becomes this circular sugar cube.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just a fucking sugar cube. Like, this isn't. There's nothing here except like grains of sugar with a little shell. Yeah. That was one of my like wake up moments to like, maybe I shouldn't be over mucking bags of these, turning them upside down.
Right.
And then I see the purple pack, which was my favorite, tropical. Cannot resist. But yeah, cinnamon sticks are a good way to quit a sugar addiction because they're naturally sweet. If anyone out there is mainlining skitty juice in the bathroom, cinnamon sticks, fruit.
You got that sugar craving, just fucking actually have sugar that's not processed and artificially processed.
Indeed. And I'll just take this moment to say, the sugar that you get from fruit, even though people like to say, sugar, because you eat it with the fiber, it gets digested slowly at the right pace.
You're also getting vitamins and minerals from the fruit.
I mean, it is the same thing, right? But like you're digesting it way slower.
As opposed to like
doesn't spike your blood sugar.
And your buddy's like, insulin, bro.
Yeah.
You want that, dude? Let's go. And then you're like, hold on, I can't run anymore. And so when you eat those OJs, though, it's just trust me, it goes right through you. But yeah, fruits are underrated.
You guys say underrated about so many things that people are like, no.
Dude.
The consensus is pretty clear that
Come
fruits
on.
are well rated.
Come on. Maybe, but next to skits, you put 9 out of 10 non-dentists in front of a Skittle or an orange.
Can they know a dentist? Like they...
Ooh.
How...
Acumonic are they?
Yeah, sure. That's the word I was looking
What
for.
is their level of...
Okay, finish your
my pasta? I'm starving, dude. I'm just kidding. I got a nice
Bro, I
pregame
can't
snack.
follow what you're talking about.
Neither can I. We'll
Okay,
get
so
back on
what
track.
are the non-dentists doing? We have
saying,
nine
they're
out of
picking
10
Skittles, they're picking
non-dentists.
Skittles.
If you had a pile of Skittles and an orange, who's gonna eat the orange versus who's gonna eat the Skittles?
I don't know. I feel like it's probably pretty even.
I would say it depends on the person.
Yeah,
Depends on the situation.
Looks like we have some research to do.
Ooh.
TriPod Institute. Say in the comments.
TriPod.
Which would you choose?
COVID
We'll just
sample sizes.
put on lab coats and just, hey, it's for research. We're allowed to experiment on you because it's for science.
It's called the scientific method,
Yeah,
asshole.
you guys say that like
Now
that's
eat
not
your
what
fucking
scientists are.
Skittles.
Come on, they go through, like, there's, like, regulations and shit. Obviously, there's some shady business involved.
What was that thing on Reddit? Like, Amazon Airlines says that there's no way you can catch COVID flying. A study done by, like, United Air says that
Something like that.
COVID, you can't catch it on a plane.
Can't catch it on a plane.
Above a certain thing, they did the study, so hop on the plane, guys.
I mean, like, ethically, you're supposed to list conflict of interest when you do studies like that, but
Indeed.
a lot of
Sorry,
times
that
that shit just
has to be-
gets swept under the rug
Yeah.
in certain situations.
The Hippocratic Oath.
Or they put it in there and people just don't read the shit.
Isn't the Hippocratic Oath like doctors?
Doctors. Yeah, well, just like, the accountability aspect of, like, doctors say Hippocratic is shit named after Hippocrates. I will do my best to make you better.
Hippocratic Oath. Am I right, fellas?
Oh! Especially in America, but also here.
What?
I haven't had a lot of, like, dabblings with legit doctors in my life, really.
I don't.
Because
see
I don't see if doctors honor the Hippocratic Oath, really.
So, what?
Avoid doctors?
How are you gonna like verify this?
Well, like, if you go to a doc, and you're like, yo,
I went
doc,
to a teepee and a guy with a rattle. No, I'm just kidding.
told me, shh. Does the doctor actually give you what's going to make you right, or is he going to give you what makes you a returning customer?
Dude, no.
It depends. I think it depends on the person. I've experienced both.
I have not enough doctor experience in the modern era to comment properly, man. I gotta go there.
I feel like that's not relevant skepticism. That's just like
I don't know, man.
That's like faux woke bullshit, man.
Well,
Like, are the doctors actually just businesses trying to get me to come back?
well, in America, I think that's pretty.
Incentives for like prescribing things, sure, I guess, right? But like, you're not gonna like walk into a doctor's office with a stomach ache and he's like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna prescribe you heroin.
True.
Like,
Okay,
True.
I think
I shouldn't.
to
I
bridge
don't
the
know.
gap a little bit, the way that it's less preventative, like the approach to health and medical care. In my experience, it's less preventative and it's more like how can we fix something when it becomes a problem.
yeah, but how's a doctor supposed to make you preventative?
Sure, but I mean like
Tell you what.
when we're
to
trying
do.
to instead of trying to get to like the source of a problem. In my experience, it's more like what can we do to fix it now that it's a problem, and less so like what can we change.
I think stress causes acne and gray hair.
Yeah, but at what point though are you just like asking too much of the medical doctor to know all this shit? Where it's like, if you're trying to go through like other means to deal with stuff, then you probably need other avenues entirely, right?
That's valid.
If you go to a medical doctor and you're like, yo, I have a medical problem, the doctor's gonna be like, oh, well, here's how we fix that.
Right. Yep. And also they're working based on what they were taught in school 30 or 40 years ago, and the shit's always changing. And people's opinions and perspectives on shit that works or the way that we should do it is always changing too.
And they have to work off hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of medical school debt. As quickly as they can.
Which is why they're shoving vaccines down our throat.
Okay, not vax, but like...
They turned the frogs gay!
Yo! It's like, you know...
Alex Jones is right. I don't care what you say.
I have been in trouble in the past of being too much on the naturopathic side. And like, eating well and sleeping well and being less stressed can cure a lot of problems with you. As opposed to like, keep doing your bullshit and here's the pills to keep you going.
Yeah, the stuff that fixes, I don't know,
We aren't doctors on the TriPod.
Yeah, of course not. No, but like the whole like eating well and sleeping, this stuff to feel healthier, like that is just kind of like common sense. But like it's not like legit ailments. You're not you're not curing your cancer by getting a good night's sleep and shit like this, right? Like,
but could you be in good enough health where you might not get in that position? Like,
I guess, right? But like, I don't know. Like the medical doctors, like. For more serious medical problems, you kind of just gotta go with what the medical doctors say.
Like if you think about like chemotherapy, how destructive it can be.
Yeah.
And how it's just like, hey, we're just gonna walk in and destroy everything. Antibiotics, how like it's just like indiscriminate destruction of your insides.
Yeah.
You know, and that's basically like, yo, we don't really know how to handle that like little thing perfectly, but we do know how to kill everything in your fucking stomach or chest or whatever, so we're gonna kill everything and you're gonna be a shell of yourself, but like...
And it works for
some people. It's a bit reductive.
Yeah.
But also like... I don't really want to gloss over the alternative.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, fucking chemotherapy, man, it makes you really sick.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the other sick is pretty bad.
It's true. This is true.
People
this is true.
seem to die.
This is
I
true.
think I'm somewhere in the middle where to take care of yourself, you're putting yourself at less risk of, like, I guess, getting cancer, getting these diseases that are related to stress and poor health.
Right.
But if you're at a point where you already have the stuff,
going
somewhere where there's like at least some form of treatment, I think there's got to be some kind of balance.
So what if you have like high blood pressure?
Yeah.
Atherosclerosis.
Yeah.
You have a lot of cholesterol in your arteries, and you're close to having a heart attack, and you go into a doctor and they give you something else to put in your mouth to handle that.
That's part where I kind of like...
I don't know, what's your experience with that though? Like, generally speaking, I think doctors are also going to prescribe you like better habits and other more like day-to-day ways to handle this stuff.
Yeah, I
think I
right,
do.
but at the same time, generally you can't trust people to follow through with those things.
Right.
So they give you the actual prescription anyway. Right, and that's why you're supposed to keep going back, and then they say, "Oh, this is improved. We can, turn down your dosage or take you off it or whatever." Right.
Right.
But you kind of gotta
because they aren't like I know a bunch of doctors they get like 1 or 2 courses on nutrition in their whole thing. They learn about surgeries and learn about this stuff, and then it's like You know, if they're not watching hippie docs and scrolling fucking hippie gram like Pow, they don't know, maybe they don't even know that freaking, you can lower your cholesterol if you eat fruit instead of eating fucking hamburgers every day and eating these high fat.
Well, it's tricky too because how much can you expect one person to know?
Yeah.
You know, because the way that it's done, it's so segmented. Like, you have a nutritionist that knows about nutrition. True. You have an exercise scientist who will tell you how to exercise and how to rehab your body. You know what I mean? And it's like, people have their own philosophies on this shit too. Like, a doctor might think, like, nutrition's not the way to go. This is the way to go. And a lot of it is belief based, I think, in a way too. Where it's like, it's based on experience that they've had probably in the past too, with things that have worked. Mm-hmm. There's so many like complex factors at play.
No doubt.
And I think one of the things it makes me jaded, but I have to be careful not to get too jaded about it. I've had bad experiences personally, but I've also had good experiences.
Like, can you outline them without outlining them too much if you don't want to outline them too much?
Well, just like a doctor that I had growing up, there was trust with the family.
Right.
So it's just like, yeah, what the doctor says is what the doctor says. And then learning about stuff later. Right. Learning that he was one of those people that was more like, we're just going to fucking band-aid the shit. Yeah. And my trust was broken with the guy, and I think when you break trust with somebody, I just had to move on and go to a new doctor.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, man. Like, you want them to kind of get down to the source of it. Like, I go into the doctor, right, and he prescribes me these boner pills instead of just getting me hard right there.
I mean, like, not that...
Is it too much to ask? Like, 8 years of doctor school and you can't make me fucking pop one off?
Cialis is different from Viagra, bro. Like, you need...
It's true.
Viagra's just like, but Cialis is more like, you need your brain to be part of it, you know what I mean? You don't get stuck with a Captain Hook at the end of it.
You know, if you put Viagra in like a flower vase, the flowers will stand up straight for like days.
It's that nitric oxide, baby. Probably has an effect on plants.
Yeah. Good to know. And
then you can backyard. Then you can fuck the flowers.
Can I sit on? Let me squanch on you.
Oh my god.
What flower would you bang?
What flower would you bang?
Okay,
the sunflower from Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Wow.
You had that ready to go.
Sorry, boys. It's a developmental time in a young boy's life.
Wow, I love it. Jaaron?
Shit.
So sick.
Cactus? Does that count? No.
When they're flowering.
Yes.
I mean, name?
I mean, I originally was thinking sunflower, but you don't want to know what I did to the ones in our backyard.
Oh, no.
They're all wilted now.
On name, I would do succulent.
Is it a flower?
It better be. It's got petals. As much as a cactus, it's a cactus. A cactus is a succulent, so if cactus counts,
right.
So does succulent.
Wait, are all cactus succulents?
They're both.
I think all
squares, rectangles.
Yes,
they're desert plants in the sense that they chug water. What? Desert plants, they just need a lot of water at once.
A lot of water at once,
as opposed to eat. Every day I'm watering.
Careful.
Every day. Oh, I wanted to say my own shit. Sing my own shit. So I could not get
Hal's writing his own rhyme, so he's
just so I can try Higgity.
Okay, so like
and Rose. I'd play Kiss by a Rose.
Rose was one that I was thinking of too. I was like, is that too cliche? Sometimes it's cliches is the one you gotta go with.
Horny for the thorny. Is there something there? Is that funny?
Babe. Hold on. There's got to be something here. There's something I'm missing.
Venus flytrap.
Ooh. Is that a flower?
It's gotta be, bro. You just
penis flytrap.
Oh, and then you get tacoed on.
Oh god.
No big deal. Pretend it's a fly. Plants don't have brains. Plants don't have thoughts. Plants don't exist.
I didn't believe that.
It was a jump.
Plants are actually interdimensional beings that we can only perceive in certain states of consciousness.
Bro, you ever been to the plantosphere?
Wait, the plantosphere is where the sky begins. But where does the plantosphere begin?
Love that cyclicality. That was sick.
Lickle.
Oh! And a second, let's buy a No, we can't sing.
Okay, so I don't know, man.
On a scale of 1 to love, we have lots.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I got love
LOL.
for?
What's that?
It's a fucking ad break.
Prove it.
Breaking news coming from Seattle, Washington. There's a instant news bulletin about a wonderful show. What time is it coming out, Maxwell? What is that? Sunday at 4 p.m.? Tune in.
Okay, that's great. That's great. That's great.
Are we ready to go?
Iron Maiden or overpopulation?
Overpopulation, because you know what we talk about, like, oh, it's horrible. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, think about the amount of food we waste on Earth.
Yeah.
They say it's 30%, which, let's say that there's 7 billion people on Earth, which means we could, feed 10 billion or whatever. I bet it's
We feed more than that. We can feed like a lot of people.
Dude, and we throw away so much food all the time, and it's like, oh, there's going to be a food shortage. It's like, people starve because we have a delivery issue,
Right, yeah.
among many other factors. But yes, I do agree. Canada has plenty of space.
Dude, just make a couple new towns, man.
They're trying to,
They're
right?
trying to right now.
They have like all sorts of shit like that in China. They have like cities that they've built preemptively and they're just like empty.
Right.
And the cities, they just copy other cities.
Right.
Like they copied like at least the Eiffel Tower, I know,
Yeah.
but I think like a lot of the surrounding area too.
Right.
In this city in China that's just no one's in it. It's just
They
it's
just
weird.
They give you incentives to live there. Like they'll give you.
Yeah.
They'll pay you a certain amount and be like, go live here.
Yeah, so it's gonna be tough for me to be on the pod, but moving to Paris, China.
China.
Paris in the Guangzhou region of China.
Straight
I
up.
don't know if that's where it is.
Yeah, Jaaron was
Guangzhou.
telling me about Guangzhou. Nice.
Is that how you say it?
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
so.
I think that's how you say it.
我不喜欢.
No.
No.
I mean, that's pretty close, but I don't know.
I don't know enough about Chinese to know if he's saying something right. So.
Right.
I am. Jared was telling me about
I'll
some.
trust you.
You're telling me about some incentivized living stuff
Yeah. Someone was telling me about it.
in BC, right?
Yeah, but I didn't look into
Yeah,
it, so
just
I'm
this
not
much.
gonna spread this. Like I know what I'm
the half
talking
idea.
about.
All this is half ideas. We just said doctors are suspect. I think if we're gonna get
Well,
thrown
wait,
out-
it's not throwing around the word "we" here.
be skeptical. Be skeptical, but trust your physicians. Trust your professionals in your life. But also get a second opinion. That's my stance.
Okay.
Anyway,
Have you guys noticed that crows are super fucking aggressive lately? Or is that just me?
Crows?
Crows.
Dude, I hear this all the time of like people getting attacked by crows.
I got attacked by crows twice in the last week.
Strange, man. Crows are so nice to me. They always have been.
Okay, usually they are, except there was once a couple months ago where I'm like, maybe I was near a nest or something and it was getting a little bit defensive and it was just followed me for a whole block.
Real.
But in the last week, sometimes my ritual, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll go for a walk and grab a coffee or something like that, grab a bagel from Tim Hortons, and I'm walking home and this crow is like, it's flying from like post to post. And I'm like, maybe it's just defensive. I'm near its nest in these trees somewhere. But then a second one comes and they're alternating, like crossing past each other, like landing near me. I'm like, these guys are getting really close. And then one of them swoops down so low, it like swoops the top of my head with its fucking claws.
contact. Are you serious?
And I was like, what the fuck? And I start freaking out and I'm like, okay, they're actually like attacking me straight up. So I'm like, wait, I'm bigger than these things. So I like went and chased the thing down.
Yeah.
But there's two of them. So they were just like coordinated trying to attack. Like, and then I thought maybe they want my food. So then I fucking chased one again and then they left me alone. But then the other day, I'm walking through the grocery store by Tim Hortons past, like, I'm cutting through the parking lot. And I have a bagel again this time. I don't know if it's the same crows because they
remember,
They
man,
remember
yeah.
faces.
Dude, they got like
They're
pictures
really
of your ass
smart.
up on
I
Instagram
know.
and
They
shit.
got that shit down.
They're like, fuck this guy up on
is good.
site.
They saw me walking with Tim's. They're like, this motherfucker's about to get a bagel.
Wow.
But-
This guy got canceled on Crow Twitter, dude.
Straight up. But I'm going through this parking lot, right? And I see these crows. I'm like, fuck, I'm eating through this parking lot. Are they about to like try and come after my shit? And this crow is flying, and it's flying past me, sees my food, stops midair, hovers, and turns back around, and lands right next to me, and is just staring at me. And I'm like, this isn't gonna happen again, right? I'm
Oh
like,
my
hey, it's just
God.
one though. And so like I go, I step at it,
Yeah.
flies away, and then it lands a little further, and then his homie comes, and there's two of them again. And they followed me for 2 blocks. I'm like chasing at them. They're getting less and less scared. I think they're used to like swooping by people when they get scared and drop their food.
Yeah.
And then they just take the food. And also there's like mad restaurants down that stretch. So like there was crows lined up all down this spot. But they were like coordinated again. And then they landed on these power lines and I had my wrapper. I'm like, fuck you. And I like threw the wrapper at them. They flew away and then dive bombed at my wrapper. They're like, is there any food on this shit?
Dude, I'm getting Jurassic Park 2 vibes right
I was like straight up getting attacked. Here! No! Dude, I was so mad. I was like just standing there when they're just watching me. And I was just like...
Wow.
It was a good...
Contact would make me probably wet myself thrice.
It was like... I was a little bit freaked out for sure. Because it was like... Usually they just like float close. But I was like...
I mean, I've spoken about my wildlife scaredness. Because it's like, yo, you're fighting a raccoon, cool, you're fighting it. Like, you can fight it. Like, because I'm scared of raccoons. I've had my crow experiences.
You know how it is.
But, like...
Sometimes you fight a raccoon.
But, like...
Fuck, man.
It's fighting to fucking fuck you up. I'm fighting to get the hell away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, it's fighting for its life for this food.
Right.
On the movies, I'll be eating outside, eating by the mini bin. A crow will come next to me and I walk and it'll just hop, 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 hop. And I'm like, no, it's not happening. I'm establishing boundaries. Give it one. And then it goes up. Go up on the shipping container and still looking. Ah! Bob! Alan! And then they get their homies. Today I went for a run through freaking Burnaby Central Park.
Yeah.
I see a squirrel come down the tree. Big boy.
Mm-hmm.
Really big boy.
Like he's been doing push-ups?
Or like he's been eating other squirrels. Like I would.
Winter's coming up, man. He's got to get fat.
I would say he's the fattest squirrel I've ever seen, and he's looking at me like, "Sup, dude?" And I was like, "Sup?" Oh, a little squirrely squirrel, and he like comes towards me. I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "I'm in my running garb. Like maybe I smell like food, but like I don't have food." And then kind of go toward him again. He's just like, "Mm-mm." And then like comes towards me again a little quicker, and I was just like, "Nuh-uh," and just went the other way. I was sent away, dude. Dude, I would not mess with them or their coalition.
What?
In any of the squirrel bombs.
A squirrel is probably fine. They're just used to people, I think. Like feeding them and stuff like that.
I don't know that you were gonna get fucking murked by
Yeah,
a squirrel, man.
I don't know either.
I had a neighbor who got attacked by a squirrel when I was a kid. He like showed up and like fucking mauled his chest.
And like, do I want to really boot it in the nose and like
That's more
kill it?
That's fair.
You gotta hand in your vegan card, yes.
Yeah,
Alright.
right.
Punching a squirrel across
Survival,
the
survival. My dad was like, if a raccoon comes at you, just grab its two front legs and open like that, and its whole body will open up like that. I'm like, that's exactly what I want to do. I caught a fish one time and had to kill it and almost was sick to my stomach, dude. It's like, hit it harder, bro. And I had to watch it fucking sizzle out of existence and see its fucking soul enter the fucking Pentagon realm, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Then I ate the shit. It tasted like shit.
You
Fucking
didn't kill it well enough, man.
spotted chum. Like, I could have just let it go, but it's a vital experience you need to have. Anyway.
Kill a fish.
Catch a fish. That's crazy, animal fucking... Excuse me, I'm swearing too much. Animal rage stories.
It wasn't even rage, it was just calculated. They were just... Yeah, we're just gonna make this guy drop his food.
They
We're
evolve
gonna
around us,
swipe.
man. They know what it takes.
It reminds me when we were in Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah.
The ones on the resort were so used to people eating around there. It was like some Mission Impossible shit. The seagulls just floating in the breeze from off the
yeah,
water.
they knew what
They're
they were
just
doing.
floating there and they're waiting. They're sitting there while you're eating, and they swoop in over your shoulder, take a fry off your plate, take a little something, and then just fly away, and then just chilling there, just floating.
Partido del Cuervo Negro! Cuervo Negro! Cuervos, cuervos! Ha
I actually told Simon to watch that yesterday.
Oh, really?
Club de Cuervos, Netflix. It's a soccer show about a family owns a soccer team.
I know.
What?
We need this money from plugging, dude. I should say I also
Sponsored by Netflix?
I gave a really
Picked up
good
by Netflix?
shout out to my one car homie, Southern Enterprises, and I need to also shout out my homie Darren.
We're just going full in.
Wolf, come on. Did I say Darren? I meant Durand. My bad. He's gonna kill me for that. Durand, man, he's operates in Light Rock. You know, got something. He's a fantastic car doctor. He's hooked me up. He's hooked up Gareth. Shouts to Gareth. And yeah, you need a car guy.
I mean, that's why the viewers come to us, man.
right?
I love flexing on someone. I was like, yo, dude, like, oh, I got the best car guy in the world.
This is a local small business review podcast.
Totally, bro. I mean, why not?
Oh, dude. TriHards Yelp account. Where we just go and drop ridiculous reviews on people.
Yelp is an
We get them canceled.
Yeah.
Cancel this business.
It's a propaganda pit.
Yeah, dude. Isn't it like pretty
That's
much
what the
all
Nazis
just
used in
they
Germany.
pay Yelp to have good reviews, and if they don't, they have bad reviews?
Honestly, man.
It's just like
Honestly.
what do you call it? Extortion.
Yeah. Straight.
Yelp is the one funding the pharmaceutical industry.
Bro.
Put your fist in the sky if you love it.
If doctors don't prescribe you opiates, they get terrible Yelp reviews.
Bro, I didn't even
It's
I didn't get my shadow fuzz this week. What? I didn't get my shadow fuzz.
Shadow fuzz.
That could be slang. What drug would that be slang for?
Shadow fuzz?
Yeah.
Moss off a rock on the beach.
Nice.
psychedelic moss,
So I'm sure that shit exists somewhere.
psychedelic algae.
Right.
You're like licking the underside of rocks. Fucking
Well, I
toads
didn't
and
know
piss
that
in his house.
the toad joke in Family Guy is based off something real.
Yeah, man.
The venom
It's
in
like
the frogs
poison,
is like
poison
DMT.
toads. Yeah.
Crazy.
That I don't want to spoil, but there's an American Gods thing in there. So.
No spoils.
I'm almost done.
He marries a toad. And
Like,
they stay high.
maybe 100 or 200
Nothing wrong with
pages
that.
away from being finito. It's weird because like reading, no matter how good the book, it makes me fall asleep.
I've been noticing that.
Maybe I shouldn't be in my bed when I do it.
That's like
That's a yeah.
conventional wisdom, though. That's why people read before they go to bed.
Right? Because I like woke up this morning, I'm gonna read a bit, read a chunk, went right back down. Got a lot of sleep tonight. I hope I can fall asleep tonight. Might need to re-dip into the passion flower tincture. If you have sleeping problems, passion flower tincture really helped me a lot.
What's a passion flower?
It's one that you have a passionate.
And what's a
affair
tincture?
with.
Is that's like some
That's
fucking
like the-
apothecary shit?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I walk the naturopathic talk, baby. You can go Tylenol PM for sure and have that fight with your eyeliddies. But no, I was looking for natural non-NZT / Adderall / Ritalin ways to be able to study in the old uni days. And I was recommended passion flower tincture, which is basically, I think, the petals or the whole flower in alcohol, and they extract all the parts that make you focus. If you take a little bit, you can focus. If you take a lot of it, 4 droppers full, you're on your way to sleep spill, man. And yeah, I take 4 droppers, and a little while later, it's the one thing that's made me sleep over 8 hours. I don't really sleep that long. And yeah, I highly recommend it. Natural stores or whatever, that's locally. Cool. I'd say avoid Amazon, but maybe that's where they get it from. So, you can try to dodge Bezos as much as you want. I respect you if you do.
They get the passion flowers from the Amazon, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's his garden.
Shout out to Bolsonaro.
Bezos' garden.
The world is
I want to see might as well be at this point.
Right. I mean, I was listening to a Rich Roll pod the other day, and the guy said you can say what you want about Amazon's business practices. At the end of the day, they solved a problem that people had.
Well, yeah.
That's what businesses do.
Yeah, that's capitalism, baby.
Mm-hmm. And right now, some people are saying, I don't want to be alone with my thoughts, so I'm going to listen to TriPod. And guess what, you weaklings? Your thoughts ain't that bad, so pause it now. Face the flames inside you.
This is this is the worst take. This is the worst take. True though. Turn off our fucking podcast. I don't think so, dude.
Sorry. Keep us coming back. How can we hook people for next week?
I don't know.
Next week on the pod,
next week on the pod, join us with our guest Jeff Bezos.
Yes. Does he do
the 4th TriHard? Jeff Bezos?
Available on Amazon Prison.
Oh, that's how we get it. We're like, okay, Bezos, get us on Amazon Prime. He's like, okay, you guys have to put me on the show.
If there are any hippies
You're
watching,
acting like I haven't already replied to that email.
if there are any hippies watching the show or non-amazon.ca.com
is that the... There's 2 types of people in this world.
Amazon.ca.
Amazon.ca trogdolites. Or fucking Pow's Instagram feed hippies. Neither of them listen to doctors.
All I do is sage. I was playing with the chainsaw. Look what I did. Look what I did. Look what I did. I was playing with the chainsaw. Look what I did. Look what I did this morning. No, if you have any good tips on how to dodge Amazon, I'm very curious. Please put them in the comments below.
Like how though?
I don't know, establish... I mean, we spoke about it in episode 5 when we went into farms.
Yeah.
And I just said, so the farm is strictly better for some things, which keeps me away from Walmart, for example.
Yeah.
Amazon is typically strictly better to buy most things.
Well, Amazon's like strictly better for a convenience standpoint for most stuff anyway.
Right.
But like if you want to avoid Amazon, I don't know. I guess some specific stuff, it's just way easier to find. Right?
But for someone like myself who works from sun up to sundown,
yeah.
I typically am not able to visit a store while it's open.
Right.
And even on my days off, I like to heal, and you know I'm pretty busy. Here I am, and freaking yeah, man, it's tricky. So I know, and like you talk to someone, it's like, yo, Amazon, like you know, it's not that good. The packaging is like really huge and kind of obnoxious, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. And people be like, it's Amazon, who cares? It comes in 2 days. You got it. Your problem solved. What? And I'm like, I use it too. I'm not gonna tell you that don't do it, man. Enough shame. Enough shame.
Did we make a point?
The point is, if you got some anti-Amazon tips, open your window and show me.
Like you're looking for like alternatives to Amazon?
Well, I'm curious about the people
this is
that.
a pretty broad.
I'm curious for people that that don't use Amazon, and how do they get away with doing such a thing? Maybe they have like maybe they have a family thing. Like maybe they have someone who's available that can do their shopping for them.
What products do you absolutely need to get on Amazon? That's a question.
Yeah,
I was talking to my cousin about it, and she's been trying to like stray away from Amazon.
Yeah.
And for them, it's just like you kind of just have to accept that it's not as convenient.
That's valid.
Yeah.
You know, I went to Metrotown. I went to a few natural health stores to get some nutritional yeast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was pretty expensive, and I was just like, you know what? I'm doing it. I don't care. I bought it, and it was powder instead of flakes. And I really prefer the flakes. And I know the Amazon one is just that good. And I bought the flakes next day, and they were in my pantry and all my noodles.
You can get the nooch at like any grocery store.
Not Superstore.
Really?
I couldn't find it at freaking Superstore.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I bought it there.
I was in the natural whatever section freaking scanning the shit. I even asked the staff.
Right.
Yeah. And they were like,
As if they could possibly know all these things in this giant store.
Yeah, exactly, man.
I'm actually impressed with how often they do know where shit is.
Yeah, man.
That's aisle 7. I'm like,
yeah.
True.
Impressive.
Right? And how nice is that?
Yeah.
And that's why you can be a hero no matter what freaking job you do.
Except a doctor. It's just fucking liars, am I right?
I mean, they're con artists, man.
Shout out to
Big Pharma's hit,
Instagram.
man. You know?
Big Pharma's
Yeah, no, but Hitman. No, but like seriously, I don't know if I've told the story about one day I was doing prep in Aldergrove in the movies, and basically what we had to do was lay out a bunch of sheets of Duradeck, which is like hard plastic plywood, over this farm that was just like, this is wet ground. You don't put stuff on wet grass. And the production's like, we're going to put a lot of stuff on wet grass. So make it happen, locations. Okay. So we're just hauling 600 sheets of Duradeck through the whole
you're like
forest.
building a floor?
Indeed.
Essentially?
Yes. Floor and lanes
Copy.
for places to park. And it's prep, so they don't feed you. You go out and buy your own lunch every day.
Terraforming, dude.
Gosh, indeed. And I went to this A&W fast food place, and for those that don't know, and we get the same.
Anybody who's is A&W Canadian?
Dude, always repping the small game, you know. Shout outs. That one's for free for the up and comers, A&W.
And I said, hello, can I please have one Beyond Meat tikka with freaking lettuce wrap and family fries and hot water? And they give you $12.60 to have your daily kitty, and this came to like $12.59 or $12.58. So dialed. And
2 cent tip. Just for your kind.
I went to the same one every day, and one day I forgot my hot water. And then the lady that was working, the woman that was working was like, oh, by the way, I recognize your voice in your order, so here's your hot water. And I was just like, and they say that here. And so at that point, I was just like, you know what, bro? It doesn't matter what job you do. You had such a positive impact on my life. I was able to have my tea this day, able to have my hot water covered head to toe in mud. Thank you so much. And I try to apply that story.
You're telling me that the working and lower class aren't the villainous cretins I've been led to believe?
That's what I'm telling you.
That they're decent, normal people?
Even great, I would say.
Wow,
Even
amazing.
Great, because she gave me the belief that everyone has value. Noam Chomsky has his story. I have mine. That was it.
Yeah.
Believe, son. Shouts to Cody Bots for these hand-me-downs. I wore hand-me-downs 2 weeks in a row. Rumi got rid of some clothes. I forgot to shout it. I know we're getting close to the end. Straight up high and low life threads. LRG, you think it's out of style? I'm bringing it back. Let's go. I don't care.
Dude, this app is about 80% shout-outs from Powys. Just plugging brands.
Come on.
And we made zero money.
Give me those shares, though. I want all the shares. Put me on your feed. Show your friends the pod. Aren't you motivated now that I talked about you, you narcissistic freak? What? Is that how it works? I don't know. Sorry, that was someone else.
That's marketing, dude.
They take over. Yeah. Anyway, I'm pleased. I don't know, our producer/director standing, does that mean we're on the NUSP?
No, man.
Copy. No, we're
No,
not.
man. We're not.
That's
he's in control.
That's
Careful with the gesture, we're gonna get canceled.
Are you for all the audio listeners? Powys just heiled the camera.
Swing Heil!
Swing heil.
Peanut! Swing Heil!
Oh, what is that? What was that movie called?
Oh, Swing Kids?
Swing Kids. It is Swing Kids. It was Swing Heil. Oh,
Swing
my God.
dancing was outlawed in
What
Nazi
a blast.
Germany. And these fucking outlaws just went to the clubs and were swing dancing.
That is so funny.
In the height of Nazi Germany.
Dude, there's some parallels to us right now. You know, we got all the homies just trying to get back in the club, and all these COVID Nazis are keeping them out. I say we should do a little swing Highland.
Whoa.
I'm joking. Don't go to the fucking club. Please don't.
Go to the clubs. The doctors are the ones saying that you're not supposed to go.
Dude, the clubs. I'm hearing this. The clubs are full of doctors right now. They invented COVID to skip the lines at the club so that no one could be there.
No cover.
Swing, swing, Heil from the barrel of my heart.
Swing.
What was that freaking song we jammed to the other day?
Where, like when we were shooting?
No, outside.
DMCA by the takedown?
Yeah. Outside Kev's. But then we're going down.
Fall Out Boy.
Sugar, we're going down. It's one of the best emo pop punk albums
Oh, legit?
of all time. I
Legit?
love that album.
Okay,
So
cool.
good.
Good to know. I'm looking for albums. I love to listen to albums head to toe.
Excellent album. From Under the Cork Tree, Fall Out Boy.
Nice. So if you guys have any
For
recommendations?
for mainstream pop punk emo stuff, it's very good.
Beautiful. Under the Cork Tree.
Yeah.
Who did High Hopes? Panic at the Disco.
Yes.
I don't remember.
The song?
That's a new one.
Yeah, that was trying to get disco.
And they did Welcome to the Black Parade as well.
No, it's My Chemical Romance.
They're all the same. They all just put on different hats. And now they're a different
They aren't actually though.
No.
No.
They just changed outfits.
Shouts to Erin Knutson. My first freaking, I would always serenade her in the Welcome to the Black Parade song. I'd replicate it now, but we'd get DVNO'd hard. Yeah, I done a lot of remixing over the past freaking Weird Al, man. That must have got to me pretty young.
Weird Pal?
Weird Pow. Yanka never.
Yeah, yanking. Never yanking, dude.
Weird Pal, he never yanked.
He hasn't yanked in days, dude.
Weird Al never yanked.
Spoofs are so prime. I need
Dude,
to
a
get
Weird
back.
Al spoof.
Did you guys see
You do your hair in like
Foil?
little Jerry curls.
Foil by Weird Al?
No.
It's a cover of Royals.
Ah.
In aluminum foil. Oh, man.
I don't think I've heard like a current, well,
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
current, but like a new Weird Al song in like 10 years.
I would highly recommend watching the music video. It's quite Powisian in nature.
Nice.
Twink, twink.
Twink, twink.
Nudge, nudge. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Weird Al, Lil Dicky.
Right.
I
Well,
wonder if they have a podcast.
Who? Weird Al and Lil
Anyone
Dicky.
except for us?
Oh, I mean, we're the only one out there.
I know.
It's like,
See you next week.
pod.
okay, how about Swing Kids had Christian Bale in it?
Actually.
Was he not in it? I'm pretty sure he was in it.
As Hitler?
If you walk through my eye line one more time, no, fuck you. He's doing it on purpose. If I see you on this set, I'm sorry, Christian. No, you're not fucking sorry. After working in film and watching that shit, I was like, yo, you may have had a point.